Hello guys, this is Niharika. I'm going to say some important points about developing purely functional programs using recursion. Topics to be discussed: functional programming, recursion, tail recursion. So what is purely functional programming? Purely functional programming means programming without any side effects, which means if you write a loop, for instance, the body of your loop can't produce side effects. In functional programming, there's a tendency to avoid the usage of typical loops that are well known in imperative languages. The problem with loops is their conditions are usually based on mutable variables. Thus, if you want your loop to do something, it has to reuse the result of the previous iteration and produce something for next iteration. Recursion. Recursion is a fundamental tool for functional programming. So what is recursion? Recursion plays a larger role in pure functional programming than in imperative programming, because of the restrictions that variables are immutable. We know that there are no for or while loops in some functional languages. So iteration in functional languages is implemented only through recursion. For example, in functional programming, you can't have loop counters which would change on each pass-through loop. One way to implement looping in a purely functional way is with recursion. Recursion-based solutions doesn't use any mutable temporary variables, and it lets you break the problem into smaller pieces. The typical way to implement recursive functions in Scala is to use pattern matching. Pattern matching helps you to break the problem into sub-problems, where each case potentially represents a sub-problem. Before going to the disadvantages of recursion, let me explain a simple example in recursion. Check my class. I'll explain a simple factorial problem in recursion. N of type int if the number is less than or equal to 1, we return 1. Else, we return n into factorial of n minus 1. Let me write the main method. I took the number n as 4. So the factorial of 4 is 3 into 2 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, 24. Let's see what's the output. So we got the output 24. Let me take a larger number. See, you can see we got a stack overflow error. This is a disadvantage of using recursion. So disadvantages are immutable values, and recursion can lead to decrease in performance. Writing a programs in recursive style instead of using loops can be a bit intimidating. That means like memory is wasted here, as we saw there are bigger expressions in the process. Using recursion, we can sometimes lead to stack overflow errors, as you saw, had seen in this program. So these are the disadvantages of using recursion. So in order to fix this problem, we can use tail recursion. Tail recursion. Before going to tail recursion, let me explain about head recursion, how head recursion works. Head recursion is like traditional way of doing recursion, where we perform recursive call first and then we return the value from the recursive function. And then we calculate the result. So here the tail recursion, the definition goes as follows. Tail recursion is just a particular instance of recursion, where the return value of a function is calculated as a call to itself and nothing else. You can see there is a form of recursion that is essentially the same as loop. So that form of recursion is called tail recursion. Let me explain a simple example of tail recursion. I'll import annotation for tail recursion. Scalar dot annotation recursion. And the factorial n of type int and using the annotation tail another factorial 1 x of type int and an accumulator of type int. Here, if the number is less than or equal to 1, say 1 or 0, we return accumulator. Or else we return we'll decrement the value by 1 and we'll multiply our number with accumulator. Let's call the function factorial 1. Let me print the value 5. So we should get an output of 120. Let's check. See, we got the output of 120. Let's take a collectively large number. And we haven't got any stack overflow error as in recursion. Let me go to the presentation. So this is tail recursion. Thank you.